matters the most in the end with creativity is your belief in your capacity to create positive change and the courage to take action. Your belief. You see, everyone's creative. Okay? You don't have to have special gifts. You don't have to have special abilities. But you have to have beliefs. You have to believe in yourself. Okay? But Roger Bannister worked and worked and practiced, and eventually ran the mile in 4 and 10 seconds, 4 and 8 seconds, 4 minutes and 6 seconds, 4 minutes and 4 seconds, 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and then he plateaued. Plateaued for a while. And all the doctors around the world said, hey, see, look, you're proving us right. People cannot run the mile in less than 4 minutes. He took a break, kept training hard, and on May 18th, I believe, 1954, he ran the mile in Oxford in 3 minutes, 59 seconds and a half. World sensation. But listen to this. For decades, no one has broken success. If you do not believe that you can succeed, forget it, you're done. If you believe you can succeed, that doesn't ensure you will, because you still have to work really hard, but that's the prerequisite. Understand? Now, we've talked a lot today, okay? But what I want to ensure is that we take the stuff that we talked about today and we actually put it to action into our schools. And so, if you can think of your 4-minute mile, what is your 4-minute mile? What do you want to bring to your school? And maybe that's a big thing. Maybe it's like a reach for you. But what do you want to bring to your school and make happen? Pick a challenge right now. That might be hard for you. But it's one of those challenges that if it happens, it's going to make a huge, huge difference for thousands of kids' lives. And you know that in your heart. Okay? And I actually want you to think about that right now. And I'd like you to journal about it. And I'll give you about, unfortunately I don't have much time, but I'll give you between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. In silence, I know. In silence, I want you to just write. Seriously, what do you want from today? What do you want to bring to your school? And as you write this, I want you to visualize succeeding. Okay? Visualize actually how it will feel as you're doing this and as you're seeing success. And guys, if you're a teacher, in your class, it could be, creating an amazing project for your students. If you're a principal, it could be empowering your teachers through a workshop or something like that. It could be changing processes in your school. I don't care. Whatever kind of floats your boat and you're really excited by, that's what you're doing. So I'm going to give you guys the next 2 minutes to take a pen, put to paper, silently write it down. Right now. Yes? Please.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we are talking about student empowerment, we are talking about empathy throughout the day. But I feel that as teachers, we are talking about teacher processes of teacher sensitivity and sensitivity of principals also. The basic, our target group are students. But all around, even the presentation by Gaurav sir said that students. But covering the students as a cocoon are the parents. Right. And I really feel that it's high time India as a country, the academic curriculum, the government, the NGOs, the media, everybody starts thinking about parental participation.
Beautiful.
What's happening nowadays, for the last, I don't know how many of you would agree to this, but we as leaders come across parental opposition mode. Any change, if we want to initiate, is first, what we first encounter is opposition. I think we need to evolve upon a mechanism as a country, where parents support us, I think the result would be much better.
Okay, stop for a sec. What's your name?
I am Shaurendra Das Gupta.
Okay, and what do you do?
I teach.
Great.
I'm a principal.
Okay, so you're a principal at your school?
Yes.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. You're saying that you want the parents to come and not oppose you as much, you want them to actually support you. Okay. Participate. And then there's an issue that you see a trend that there's more and more opposition, but you want more participation by the parents. Okay, let me tell you something. It's not going to happen unless you make it happen. Okay? So, I'm asking you right now to think of a way to make it happen, because clearly that's where your heart is. Right? That's not what you're passionate about that.
Yes.
Right. So my challenge to you is right now, you're going to think of a way to make it happen.
I have tried over these
Great, great.
different ways. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
That hasn't stopped me from working.
Beautiful.
I've tried to bring in people, parents who have partnered in taking classes, conducting seminars and workshops or even medical camps involving parents. That helps. But yes, we don't have any policy as such.
Sure.
What I mean to propose is that we are all change makers, we are all leaders. Maybe we can talk to our boards, respective boards, to evolve upon a system where parents would be a part of the learning process for the students. Maybe lesson plans can be prepared like that. NCERT can think about it, our curriculum board. We can think about it, and I think it gets better that way. And because the trauma that every individual as a parent, as a principal or teachers, and the time wasted in just, justifying idiotic things, waste a lot of time.
Sure, I hear you. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's a really great point, and I think it's worth trying, for sure, and doing, okay? Absolutely. So now, with all that being said, let's take some time to journal about what you're going to take on. And as you journal, right now, think about what success looks like. Imagine succeeding at doing that. And you can even write about it from a place of already succeeding. You've already done it. How does that feel? Okay? Go. You have 2 minutes on the clock. Just write. "30 seconds or so. You can even imagine how excited and happy kids are because of what you created. You can visualize their smiles, their parents' smiles. Your final sentence. Your head, you don't have to answer this out loud or anything, but in your head, ask yourself the following question. Do you really care about this thing? Okay. Because it could be no. The answer could be no. So let me ask you again, do you really care about this? All right? Okay. So it's about to get real right now, all right? I just asked you to write about creating this thing and imagining that you're going to succeed and things are going to be good. But here's the thing. Almost for everyone, actually not almost, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yes or no? I'm saying, okay, cool. Everyone inside of us has a gremlin. Our gremlin is our inner critic. That voice that comes in and says, yeah, you say you really care about this, but you're not going to be able to do this because of X, Y, and Z. You're not smart enough, and you're not, you don't have enough time, and you're not capable enough, and the parents are going to stop you, and just let it go, just don't do it. You know that gremlin? All right. So here's what I want you to do. Connected to this thing that you're going to do, for your school. I want you to write down exactly, I want you to listen to that gremlin right now, and I want you to write down, this is going to be for you. No, you're not going to share this with anybody else. But I want you to write down right now, what does your gremlin tell you? Okay? What does your gremlin tell you? And be very specific about this. Come at it from the first person. So don't say, like, don't write, like, my gremlin tells me. No, 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 no. No. Like, be your gremlin for a second. All right? Like, for example, and I can tell you with kids, it gets pretty intense. And with me too sometimes. Like, instead of, like sometimes it goes like, you're so stupid. You know? I can't believe you're thinking that you can do this? Who do you think you are? You understand? I mean, right? So go crazy. Like, really, let the gremlin out on your piece of paper right now. You have at least 2 minutes. Let it go nuts. Okay? Go. Don't censor it. Okay? You can use curse words. No one's going to look at this. Like, this is just for you. Okay? And the more honest you can be about this, the better it's going to be. You'll see. Oh, right. I know. Yeah. Is strongest when you allow it to hide. Do you understand? Because your gremlin will keep telling you these things to try to sabotage your efforts, to try to sabotage who you are, to try to stop you from doing things, to try to make you feel bad. But if you allow it to hide, then it will keep doing it and you won't be able to get to it. But I believe that as soon as you put it to paper, you're exposing your gremlin. And then you're able to at least have a conversation with your gremlin, and then you can actually choose because you're aware of what your gremlin is telling you. At that point, you can choose. Am I going to buy into what my gremlin tells me, or am I going to choose a different path? And that awareness is what can get you from not doing this thing that you wrote about doing and not serving your kids and thousands of kids for the rest of their lives to actually doing it. What I have my students do in my class is I actually have them write about their gremlins, and I can tell you that some of them are very intense. And after they write about their gremlins, they actually read out loud what they wrote to another students that they trust for 20 minutes. Okay? So if they wrote like a 2-page paper, then they read it over and over again. Okay? And what that does is it actually creates levels of separation from your gremlin because you are opening it up. And you start to notice that, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm telling myself this. Like, anybody notice that when you wrote, you're like, holy crap. Like, this is what I tell myself. You know, we treat ourselves sometimes in the absolute harshest, like no one talks to us the way we talk to ourselves. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I really believe in something that I call the platinum rule. So do you guys know the golden rule, right? The golden rule, like, you know, treat others, you know, as you wish to be treated. Okay? Well, I have something called the platinum rule, and the platinum rule is treat yourself as your friends treat you. Okay? Because right now on your paper you have two things. You have the version that shows the success, that shows how it feels to create what you've created.